Kevin Federline's forthcoming memoir, You Thought You Knew, peels back layers of one of pop culture's most scrutinized romances, offering raw, unfiltered glimpses into his whirlwind relationship with Britney Spears. At its core is a bombshell allegation from their early days. Federline claims he caught the pop princess in a passionate embrace with one of her female backup dancers, a moment that tested the fledgling couple's bonds just weeks after they met. This incident, set against the vibrant chaos of Spears' 2004 Onyx Hotel tour, unfolds like a scene from a tabloid thriller, blending hedonism, heartbreak, and hard-won commitment. The evening began innocently enough in Amsterdam, a city synonymous with uninhibited nightlife. Federline, then a 26-year-old dancer thrust into Spears' orbit, joined her entourage for a night of revelry. Among them was Teresa Espinosa, the very dancer who had serendipitously introduced the pair a month earlier at the buzzing Hollywood nightclub Joseph's. What started as a loose, carefree gathering, dancing under strobe lights, sipping cocktails until the wee hours, escalated into something far more personal. The group spilled back to their hotel around 1 or 2 a.m., the air thick with tour adrenaline and European abandon. Spears, ever the magnetic center, promised Federline she'd return shortly, leaving him to unwind in his room. But as minutes stretched into an uneasy wait, suspicion crept in. I was thinking maybe she was catching up with someone or handling something tour-related, Federline recalls in the excerpt, his words laced with the naivety of new love. Driven by a gnawing intuition, he ventured into the hallway, only to stumble upon a scene that froze him in his tracks. Peering into a dimly lit room, Federline describes Espinosa perched on the bed's edge, Spears positioned intimately between her legs, hands cradling her face in a fervent kiss. Full-on making out, he writes bluntly, capturing the raw shock of betrayal. The women locked eyes with him, but Federline remained silent, retreating to his room to pack in stunned silence. I just wanted out, he admits, the weight of the discovery crashing down like a tour bus screeching to a halt. Spears soon reappeared, oblivious at first to the storm she'd ignited, launching into apologies and promises. She confessed feeling overwhelmed by the intensity of their budding romance, insisting the lapse was a mistake born of confusion. She didn't realize how serious I was about us, Federline quotes her, her vulnerability clashing with her superstar facade. In that pivotal exchange, Federline drew a firm line: I wasn't interested in a relationship that involved more than two people. Yet, despite the urge to flee, he chose to stay, viewing the European leg of the tour as a crucible that forged their connection. Those weeks, fraught with emotional landmines, deepened his affection, transforming doubt into devotion. I was falling in love with Britney, he reflects, a poignant admission amid the memoir's unflinching candor. This decision propelled them toward marriage just 5 months later, on September 18, 2004, a union that captivated the world but unraveled spectacularly by 2006, leaving behind sons Sean Preston, now 19, and Jayden James, 18. Federline's disclosures don't stop at the Amsterdam liaison. They delve deeper into the couple's turbulent underbelly, painting a portrait of a love entangled with unresolved ghosts. One particularly harrowing claim involves Spears' ex, Justin Timberlake, whose shadow loomed large even on the eve of their wedding. Staying at the Fairmont in Santa Monica, in a secluded bungalow, Federline overheard Spears sobbing into her phone, initially mistaking it for a conversation with her mother. To his astonishment, it was Timberlake on the line, the intimacy heartthrob she'd parted with acrimoniously in 2002, amid public heartbreak and his hit, Cry Me a River. What's wrong? Federline asked, his heart sinking as she revealed the caller's identity. Stunned, he offered an out. We don't have to do this, referring to the impending vows, emphasizing that marriage wasn't the goal if doubts persisted. Spears, tear-streaked in earnest, framed the conversation as closure, her final piece to lay old wounds to rest. Federline, grappling with the timing, the night before their nuptials, took it with a grain of salt, choosing belief over bitterness. In retrospect, Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier labeled it a hell of a red flag, a sentiment Federline echoes with hindsight's clarity. Man, you're telling me. At 26, super young, and madly in love. He excused his naivety, but the incident underscored lingering ties. Post-wedding, Federline sensed Spears' unfinished business with Timberlake, her first love from teenage years amplified by global scrutiny. I couldn't imagine what it was like to be her, or Justin, he muses, acknowledging the pressures of young fame. Their shared history, from synchronized dances to stolen kisses under stadium lights, left indelible marks, ones Federline navigated with a mix of empathy and unease. The memoir's darker tones emerge in allegations of Spears' instability, including nights when their young sons awoke to find her at their bedroom door, knife in hand, a chilling image that evokes the desperation of her conservatorship era. Federline portrays a woman unraveling under fame's glare, her genius matched by vulnerability. Their divorce, filed by Spears 2 months after Jayden's birth in 2006, stemmed from erratic episodes, like a February paparazzi frenzy capturing her driving perilously with Sean unsecured on her lap. Finalized in 2007, it granted Federline sole physical custody by October, amid Spears' institutionalization and the imposition of her 13-year conservatorship under father Jamie Spears. Spears' camp has fired back, her representative decrying Federline's timing, profiting post-child support cessation, prioritizing sensationalism over their son's well-being. This retort underscores the enduring rift, where custody battles and media wars have overshadowed co-parenting. Yet Federline's narrative humanizes the chaos, framing his choices, staying after betrayal, forgiving pre-wedding calls, as acts of profound, if flawed, love. The Amsterdam night in particular becomes a metaphor for their union, passionate, precarious, profoundly human. Expanding on their courtship, Federline met Spears through Espinosa at Joseph's, a serendipitous spark amid Hollywood's haze. Their rapid romance, from club dances to tour buses, mirrored the velocity of Spears' career, post in the zone and pre-meltdown. Federline, a backup dancer with dreams deferred, found in Spears a muse and a mirror, both chasing spotlights. The Onyx Tour, with its burlesque themes and seductive sets, amplified their intimacy, but also exposed fault lines. Amsterdam's clubs, with their thumping bass and blurred boundaries, became a pressure cooker for emotions raw from jet lag and adoration.